Do your research and be prepared for others to research you. The fish on the bone was perfect. Scott's, a famous seafood restaurant in Mount Street, Mayfair, in London, was bustling. Will I leave the restaurant with a new client? I wondered. It was already a done deal, I just didn't yet know it. I had met Eric several weeks earlier, and he'd subsequently invited me to lunch. When calling to make the invitation, he mentioned that he and his wife were keen to bring in an art advisor to look after their collection. On the day, whilst sipping shabbily, I pondered, will they select me? Midway through the meal, Eric made a fascinating remark. I understand that fine dining is a particular love of yours. How had he come up with that? I sat there in amazement, and then click! I realized that he had studied my LinkedIn profile. By the end of lunch, we'd confirm next steps for the business arrangement. Within a month, I was curating the growing collection, and my team was busy installing and looking after it. Here's what had happened. Eric and I met at a social occasion and had a pleasant chat. We swapped emails and connected on LinkedIn. He and his wife had looked at my website and LinkedIn profile and decided that I was the right person for them. He invited me to lunch to discuss and to formalize. In short, I'd arrived to be handed a consulting job on a silver fish platter. Thank goodness I've recently updated the LinkedIn profile. Had that not included adding expertise as an art advisor, as at the time I was in the process of building up that portfolio, I possibly wouldn't have secured the lunch invitation to Scott's, let alone the job. The moral to the story equally applies to all art professionals. Someone you already know or meet for the first time might be looking for something specific, whether it's a good or a service, consultancy or a piece. Have you clearly described your up-to-date offering in your LinkedIn profile as well as on other social media platforms in your bios? Have you received recommendations from existing clients or gallerists? And that's testimonials as well on your own website. Do you have visible activity and engagement on a consistent basis? It's well worth a time investment to keep your profile up to date on all social media platforms. Who knows? You too might end up dining at Scott's or your local equivalent with a new client right there in front of you, ready to give you the business.